Hey guys, welcome back. Today, topic I got to bring up because some things that are going on in the news, a little quieter than some other things, of course, and it has to do with this for under the age 5 and under, and how that, well, don't even get me started on that. I just cannot deal with that. Anything to do with children, I just it'll be like a unleash the beast in me over people doing things to children. And then how that, I think we're going to see this tie back into these things have been going on for a while with all these children. I think the ages were 1 month to 16 years old were testing positive for this acute, very rapid hepatitis. So speaking of that, and they're like, oh, I just don't know where this came from. Oh, I don't know how this has happened. So, there's been some passed, lots in the hospital. Some of them needed transplants. And, they have said it's not hepatitis A, B, C, D, or E. It's none of them. They didn't know what it was called. Then they were saying it was novel pathogens that were causing it. They just didn't know. And it causes the elevated, liver enzymes, liver failure, inflammation, jaundice, all that type of stuff. They did come out, I'll say the Hootie Who came out and said, oh, well, maybe it's from the adenovirus, which is a upper respiratory type cold, viral. Now, with different types of hepatitis, it can be from viral, it can be from toxins, it can be from medications. People can get different types of hepatitis from prescription medicines. It just destroys their liver. Or it can be from immune attacks. And as far as the viral thing, they said, oh, maybe it's tied to, and they got it from this adenovirus, which I think it was adeno 41. There's more than 100 types of that type of virus. The reason they said that is a couple of the children who came in with this hepatitis and liver failure tested positive for that. Well, you can have more than one thing. I mean, that's no different than them counting the C deaths for somebody who was in a car accident because they went and, did a PCR test on them and said, oh, they have this. Well, it's counted as that. They got to use which side they're going to do to cover things up. So, my personal opinion, been following this for a while on different, a lot of different angles in different countries because it's all over. It's immune medicated hepatitis. That's my opinion. The pathology of how it's working and what it's doing and how rapid it is shows that pattern, that's what it is. And people will say, oh, well, I got you right there because most of the kids I think it was like 75% were under the age of 5 that had it, and that wasn't approved yet, and now it is. Well, the also thing is when they started seeing it come out, I don't even know if I can say this, but we'll go for it. The quadrivalent flu jab is a new one for 2021, 2022, I believe. And that is, 6 months and up. Well, a lot of people that would have a reaction, they would get this immune response. And so the body's attacking itself. And so they're seeing that. And, people were saying, and they remember there was that big push. We didn't see any flu for a long time. It was just the flu had disappeared. And then all of a sudden there was this rapid thing. You got to get this new flu jab. You can't get that and the C virus. That would just be awful, right? And so they started giving it, and they started giving it younger, and it was a bigger combo. It just didn't do flu A and flu B. It just did this big thing. Also, on the note of that, the if you remember when the C thing was in its big, early on, I guess like the first year, and there was a humongous surge of deaths related to that, and in some place in Italy, and the place it like wiped out like a lot of the elderly in this part of Italy, and that was the first place they tried the new flu jab. it was a larger combo that would cover a lot of different range, and then they had no immune system, and then they got the illness, or they got this, and it wiped a bunch of them out. So same difference. But the thing is they're not putting in the same, I guess, study, as there have been a lot of adults who got this and went into an acute rapid hepatitis, and it was from an autoimmune hepatitis. Sorry, there's a fly in here. And I think some of the ages, like in the studies, that was like 35, 56, 47, 71, and 80. So there's a range there. And they're adults, acute rapid hepatitis. After they got this, it was an immune response, and they got it. And, you know, the thing is, with this, the spike that's in there, you know, it's a neurotoxin. I mean, and it impairs your DNA from repairing itself because of the other letters that are in there. And I probably can't say it, of what type it is. Begins with an M and then 3 more letters. You know, they have these cover up things, but the reason, and this is still going on about the children who are having this acute hepatitis, and it's just really bad, is because they've just gone through, I think it's this week, they're doing the approval for the under 5 years old of that. And this is just going to increase this. They're destroying the immune systems, their body's attacking itself, you know, and, you know, I talk, okay, so, you know, our livers, what they do, they're cleansing, they detox, they remove toxins. It gets overloaded. It's going to try to do, no matter what type of this you got, and if you have any kind of illness on top of it, it's going to try to, especially with the C one or the new flu one, it is going to try to filter that out. And then those things get in there, and they cause inflammation in your liver. They cause your, you know, an autoimmune reaction in your liver. The same things. And when it's that acute and rapid, it's that much of a heavy load going into these children. I mean, it literally just makes me feel sick. I cannot deal. All of everything that's going on in the world is horrific. But when it comes to kids, my mind and heart, I just can't take it. I just can't. I'm so worried about them. I continually pray over children, and that parents who are still doing this, that their eyes are open, because, you know, they're innocent in this, and they don't have a say-so. These children don't. They're, you know, they just don't have a say-so in it, really. And it's going to have, I had to confront it, because as soon as everything came out that they're going to start going, you know, under 5 with that, we're going to continue to see this. And we know what the game plan is for all this, but, you know, pay attention to these things. Pay attention to, you know, with the kids in the process of new ones of these. It doesn't matter which type it is, and then you'll see things like this happen, and you know, everybody's just like, oh, I don't know how, but this is not normal, like so many other things. And I had to talk about it. It's bothering me, and I want people to pay attention to that. And as soon as they start unrolling and handing these out to those babies, we're going to see a lot more of this, and a lot of other things that those can do. So anyways, pray for these kids. Truly pray for them, because I just don't have a good feeling about it at all. Besides that, down our video, I'm sorry, it's just bothering me. Everyone stay well, God bless, and I will see you next time.